Hello, I'm wishing you out doing good in these tough times for the ZDP holders, in these tough times for the human race, in these tough times for Russia, Ukraine. You know, I thought it's been a while since I spoke to the ZDP people regarding logistics on what's happening, because I actually got a call from this lady. I won't disclose the details, but she was asking me in regards to her business and paperwork, logistics there and stuff like that. So believe you me, even though we have less views here or engagements in terms of the masses, right? I'm strictly dealing with the business type of people, and those business type of people are hearing what I'm saying and we're engaging in the streets, right? So many people are saying, but I've got this business, I'm selling tomatoes, or I've got this little shop there, it's doing this and this and that and that. Is the business registered on CIPC, first and foremost? Is this business account registered, say, with your bank? Does your bank know about these business activities? And then also, is your business corresponding with SARS? You know, so knowing a lot of us, African people, meaning coming from Zimbabwe, you know, accounts, you know, those type of things, they were not taught to us. So it's very important for people to have to allow the right people to look into what it is that you do. Okay, so let's come back. So the business that you do, if it's not registered, you need to register that business. When you register that business, from your incomes you are getting, say, from your income stuff, right, the income tax, for example, we need to see actually how much was towards the business. So again, this is not something you personally can do. You need to let the accountants perhaps then look at your personal financials, and depending on the business you're doing, maybe you qualify for extra skills, something like that, right? Or maybe you are qualify for a business visa, you know, the mainstream business visa. Because a lot of people have to understand here, just because I'm thinking I'm doing business, don't mean the government will look at that as something that is concrete up there, you know, when it comes to business matters. So for me, Liberty Bwanali, you know, remember I've been in the country for now almost 20 years. So the 10 years of my life, I worked, of course, in the internet industry, of which there I was paying what you call income tax. You know, that was personal tax. So I worked for a company with my extra skills, still doing networks and stuff like that. And that position is something that was, I could only do that at that specific point in time. And looking at now what I do with Lip Connect Africa, you know, we are a few people who can do certain things, and it's just the mind, the way it's structured, how you think, and how you want to elevate ethics and all that. So that's personal income tax. So when it comes to SARS, they have Liberty Bwanali's details there and records of me paying income tax. But at this stage now, right, I've been running Lip Connect Africa for almost 3 years, or it's actually 3 years. We are going now into the 4th year. So things are getting interesting to a point that, of course, in the first year, things were not so great, you know, but now as we're going, we're making some sort of income. So SARS wants to know exactly what is being made, etc., etc., etc. You know, so when Uncle Sam come knocking, you know, you should be ready. So what I did was, okay, this call from the government, you know, just alerted me to just put the accountants ready, you know. So this is something that you don't have to do on your own. Get someone who's qualified for things like this to look at the books correctly. So personal income tax is different. Personal income tax, you're working for a company and that company pays you. Yeah, that's your personal income tax. SARS comes, they already take their tax from there. You know what I'm saying? So you already taxed. So the company you're working for will pay the tax on your behalf. So in that case, you already pay tax. By the time you get paid, I'm sure if you look at your pay slip, tax is already deducted there. If tax is not deducted from that pay slip, you have to actually wonder why and follow up on those things. So everyone who's on a payroll system in South Africa, you will pay tax. So I paid tax for say over 10 years. And then now I'm looking at business tax. So business tax is something that is different from personal tax, of which now, of course, I, Liberty Bwanali, founded LibConnect Africa. So now when we have got variety of directors, I also get paid from the company. So that forms part of income tax, personal tax. So now that gets taxed by Uncle Sam. But man, I'm not going to speak like I know too much about tax. You know, my accountant is so good. He's so good, man. So he's busy with the books right now. And yeah, so one thing also I want to say is the legal information checks. It's very important for people to understand that coming from Zimbabwe, how sometimes we are waiting for things to happen, they never happen. We apply maybe sometimes for passports, they take a long time. IDs, sometimes the paper is finished. So this country, South Africa, asks for clarity, transparency, and law to be followed correctly. Just because others are not following law, don't mean that you have to be one of those others that are ignorant to law and just say, it's not important, I'm not going to follow that. So people, it's very important for you to understand that these laws, they work. You know, in these 19 years, I promise you, they've been working. If you follow them, they work. Just a few days ago, I got, of course, message from my bank, you know, via business banking. FNB does transparency of checkings. You know, they don't just let things slip like that. So first and foremost, they of course all the time will check on the legality of your statuses and stuff like that. So between me and my bank, the business side, we had to deal with that, you know, to send them the relevant information. And today, of course, I received my new bank card, of which the other bank card was finishing, of course, this year. So the new one is till 2027. Yeah. So as you can see, people, don't listen to people who tell you, no, law don't work. No, we'll apply, they'll reject us and stuff like that. Nah, get offline, please, and get to work. If you want to stay in this good republic, you have to contribute. However you have to contribute, you have to stand for that. So for example, now, when you get offline, your accounts, if you haven't done accounts and you're a certified accountant, you can't do your books. Just get someone who's actually certified to look at actually how much are you worth and tell them about the things that you have, you know, that are called assets. So those assets, they will count in your favor, for example, to get to some sort of financial structure. But again, when you have got this, what are you going to do? You know, are you going to apply for a special skills? What are your skills? What exactly is it that you do? And in the business, what is it the business that you're doing? Is this business needed in the country? You know, LibConnect Africa, I mean, a few people know actually my network. The part of the students that I actually help and offer internet to, most of them are from the Eastern Cape, if not KwaZulu-Natal. And they are of African black people, you know, of which I love them, I appreciate them, all of them, you know. And they're a mixed variety of people. So we can never choose who we serve. You know, we love our work. So I don't listen to what, you know, people say in terms of hate and stuff like that. No, I'm going to carry on loving this Republic of South Africa. I'm going to carry on working for this Republic of South Africa. And of course, in Stellenbosch, the community, we serve everybody. If you want to narrate yourself, you know, I appreciate all the people. So the business you do has to engage with these people. You know, is it serving community day in, day out? You know, what type of services are you doing? You know, are you loyal to what you're doing? Are you truthful? You know, are you really giving the right services day in, day out? You know, is there an after-service protocol here? What is the scheme of this business? You know, all those things have to come to play. So again, my accountant, again, called me today with good news. You know, everything on the SARS is going great. You know, we applied now for, of course, Leap Connect Africa to be looked into in terms of course, income tax and all that stuff. This is not language I speak, but I knew, like, of course, you don't play, you don't play with SARS. You don't play with the law. So what I do, or what I did, was you appoint the right guy to always look at our books, you know, and you always have to get the people you can always count on, trust, you know, and ensure that, you know, they're loyal to the cause and they can carry on working, understanding that, you know, we can't break the law. You know, no, we cannot do that. So at this stage, have you done your radiology? You know, have you done your police clearance already? Is your medical report done? Because if those things are done, sit with the accountant, you know, work the books there. And in terms of documentation, I don't know what people are hooked on in terms of documentation, but people don't cheat the process. You know, just understand this is a chance to do the right thing. So it doesn't matter who you are. You can move on to the mainstream as long as you've got the Zimbabwean passport and you've been doing business, as you're saying. By ZDP, I'm talking about you specifically. Don't cut no corners, you know. You're in Johannesburg there, find people who can help you directly there. You know, if you are maybe in and around Stellenbosch here, you know, we can talk and see what's going on, you know, just send you to the right doors or give you some sort of information when we're free, you know, to give such information, you know. But look, man, I don't have links into the Home Affairs. Well, don't call me and say, Lee, what can you do for me? You know what I'm saying? Me, I'll just tell you to follow the law. It's important to follow the law. So SARS process is very important because paying tax is very important. You know, so ZDP people, if you're doing a business out there, you know, register for SARS. You know, get the accountant to be busy because then they'll also look into your CIPC, the processes and the statuses and stuff, of which my CIPC staff, they need to update, of course, the new passport, because the old passport is mostly binded to everything. But the accountants are busy. They'll also sort that out with the SARS, which I'm sure is done. If it's not, they're already in the process of that. So up until we are fully permanent in the Republic, you know, that's beautiful. You know, so I keep working hard, you know. We don't stop doing those type of things, you know. Follow the law. Follow the law. Get offline and require the correct information, you know. Personal income tax, what is that? You know, business income tax, what is that? You know, what is a business and what is not a business according to the law, the laws of South Africa, you know, and the logistics before applying. So you need to do all these things. You need to worry about all this stuff before you even make your way to VFS center to submit. Because, I mean, as I say, guys, a lot of people, of course, if you are on the extra skills, you need to look into this type of structure because your mind is important. If you are employed, then that means the company you're working for, your skill is extraordinary, you know. So your company will help you to make the applications. So then you can just ask the company that you work for, you know. And for business people, this is the process that we've been following up on. And you can also check up on the other video. So just to clarify, man, you know, I love the way FNB is transparency, you know, in ensuring that nothing just slips. They follow the laws. I've been with the bank for years, you know what I'm saying? I love the bank, you know, I'm not gonna even, and one also of the other thing, remember, I've never gotten a loan from the bank because I didn't qualify on certain sectors of, I just didn't have an ID, you know. So we're about to sort things like that so that we can elevate Leap Connect Africa. And it never worried me because you have to understand, you know, I worked in the system. Then I resigned and I started to work for myself, of which I knew that what I do will generate money. So to a point, I mean, I don't really need to ask for a loan because asking for loans, sometimes you're trapping yourself there. So I really love my bank in the sense that they keep me informed in things that are important, the laws, you know, and just following the right stuff. And, you know, the security checks are on point. So big up FNB to that. I appreciate y'all. SARS appreciate y'all. You know, we gotta pay what we gotta pay so that other people can also get to eat. You know, tax is important to be paid because we get to also help other people in need in the country. So that's very important, man. And the most important thing is to understand personal income tax. It's different to business income tax. Those are things that my accountants have to sit me down on and get me to understand, of course. Follow the law, you know, get offline and require the right information you need. With that being said, I'm wishing you out doing good again and working on whatever you're working on. Just keep the mind focused. You know, I love y'all, appreciate y'all, work for y'all every day. Mzansi, Zimbabwe, Africa, the world. You know, take care of one another. Most importantly, Africa, take care of Africa.